Yo, it's your boy E Money, aka Plan B, aka Hard Body Bull. I'm here with Veronica today, and we're doing some hard body reactions. Let's get right into it. Hard body.
Culture that told me going to war made you a man. When do you become a man? When you get a driver's license? Like, what do we do? You 16, we give you a driver's license. Okay, well, like, you get a job? Like, when do you become a man? I grew up in a culture that told me going to war made you a man. Going to prison and coming back makes you a man. Making $1 million makes you a man, you know, and it doesn't. You become a man when you become responsible for other people.
That's facts. That's a good question too. That's like the question of the year, ain't it?
Yeah, well, what makes you a man?
Yeah, and it's like, what makes you, what makes a man, and what makes you a man? Like everyone's asking, like, what's a woman, and also like, I feel like when somebody says what makes a man, they're asking, how do you define a man? But when you ask what makes you a man, it's like at what point in your life does, you know, do you feel that shift? And that was a good way to put it. He said when you start feeling responsible for others, and where you start, I mean, the army is a great way to learn responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way. I am about to do it. I'm cool, but
So would you say that you aren't a man until you are able to take care of a family, or until you actually do it?
well, that was his definition. I would say, I mean, that's a great way to put it. At least until you have the mindset of like, it's time to start thinking about more than just you. Like you got
Mm.
more on to lose, more on the line to lose than just your personal well-being or whatever,
Okay, so
or
not
your assets.
necessarily just about being a provider to a family, but more so about like when you're working for more than just yourself.
Hmm. Yeah, and for more than just immediate things, like you're working for more than just clothes or just cars. It's like when you start working to build something that's delayed gratification, something that can benefit you and your family later on, and your friends around you and whoever's in your inner circle. That's when you start thinking like, all right, this it's time to. You start thinking bigger. You start thinking, I don't know. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm a grown ass man. I'm a developing man. I'm not saying I'm at this pivotal point
Yeah.
and I'm talking down on niggas like, yeah. But for my assessment, that's
Okay.
that's what I would say.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
I had this conversation with my ex-girlfriend. I said, I don't want you going out and drinking with these dudes. You're my girlfriend. I don't want you doing this. And she's like, why? And I'm like, because if you text them and say, me and Seth broke up and I want to hook up with you, they would say yes. And that makes them not your friends. That makes them interested in you for something else. And she's like, why does that matter? What do you mean, why does it matter? So you want me to hang around with girls that want to have sex with me and go and get drinks with them? You know what I mean? So it's not a friendship.
Hmm.
I had a trial. The complainant was married. The accused was married. They went to a casino. He gave her money to gamble. They gambled together. They went back to a hotel. They had sex. On the way back, the husband of the complainant met them, accused her of cheating on him, and she said I was raped. He kidnapped me. He was forcing me to do everything. It was awful. And guess what? Her husband took her back, and we went to trial. So we got several hours of footage from the casino. So this complainant asked to testify behind a screen. So I denied it. A police officer who was in charge testified and said, no, she's very scared. This will allow for her to tell the truth. And I asked one question. Officer, do you believe the complainant? Absolutely, I do. Have you ever met a complainant you never believed? No, I haven't. Do you believe in any way, shape, or form that testifying behind a screen will help the complainant lie? No, that's absolutely not true, Mr. Newberger. So then the officer sat beside me. There were video of the complainant with my client at the poker table kissing him, stroking his neck as he won a pot of money. He gave her a fucking $1,000. They're going to the cash out room, just kissing him and touching him and stroking him. And I went by, so was this you hating it? Was this you not wanting to go near him? She was dead. And I remember turning to the officer during my cross-examination. Well, you've met an innocent accused now, officer. They withdrew. That's a rape myth. That a woman would make up a lie to cover her tracks for cheating.
Number one reason the people who admit they lied have said that they lied about it was for an alibi for one reason. It could be because they got caught cheating, or it could be because they failed an exam, or a bunch of other things. But alibi is number one reason.
That's facts.
Wow.
That's facts. That's kind of like what happened with the one. Is this mic on? Yeah, it's on. Just gotta turn this on. That's kind of like what happened with the one girl I was talking about back in high school. I think I thought at first it's because she was embarrassed about like people finding out, but I think it's because she was embarrassed about the guy she was fucking with finding out. Because she was like, she had just started talking to him for like a week, so she wasn't really with him,
Right.
but
okay.
it still looked bad.
Yeah.
You know, like, whoa, I've been talking to you, trying to get to know you, then you did this. It's like, yeah. I don't know.
That's horrible.
It is. It is. Some girls will do anything to wiggle out of accountability. That's kind of scary.
That's very scary.
To avoid accountability at all costs.
I will throw you under the bus.
That's
Like,
crazy.
You're just here for a good time. Say if you didn't even know that she was married.
Mm-hmm.
You just met this girl who you're trying to have a good time.
Didn't even know.
And now she's pinning rape on you. This could change your whole life, your
And the
reputation,
husband's believing
your
that
everything. The husband's leaving. The officer is believing it.
Don't let her be
You'll
white.
have people in your personal life who might hear about this who will believe it.
Mm-hmm. Don't let her be white.
Yeah, this could ruin your whole life. And it's just like, well, I was scared. What? Fucking crazy.
I was scared. I was embarrassed. Didn't know
Yeah.
what to do.
I didn't feel too bad to do it, but to take accountability for it? No. You can keep
It's
that.
asking too much.
I'd rather this man go to prison.
Yeah.
Cheers
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
to a very successful month.
So, a good loyal follower asked me, Danya, why doesn't my girlfriend post pictures of me and her on her social media? And there's two and only two reasons of why a woman does this, and it's non-negotiable, motherfucker, so listen up. Reason number one, she don't find you that attractive. A woman who finds a real alpha man attractive, she will post pictures of him because she wants to show off this guy that she got like he's a trophy. Now, a woman, if she doesn't post pictures of you and her on her social media, she still wants to show guys out there that she is on the market and she's waiting for something better. It's called hypergamy, motherfucker. Look that shit up. So you better be leveling up and turning yourself into a savage and the best man you can be, and you better start having a body like me or fucking Rambo so she has something to show off. Reason number two. You are that alpha guy that she finds highly attractive, and she knows other women are going to want to message you. Now, why would she put you out there like that for other women to approach you and other women to message you, including her best friends? Because I know how women work, and when her best friends see a man that they want, they will message you and they will try getting with you, because I have been there, my friend. Fellas, when I'm dating women, they can't wait to take photos of me and try to act like they own me and this is my guy. When it comes to pictures, I'm like Bigfoot with that shit. It comes out blurry. People think that I'm not
Comes out
real.
blurry.
Maybe it's some mythical creature. Maybe she photoshopped me. You have to get to that point where women can't wait to show you off, because that's the side I'd rather be on. Because without desire, there ain't no fucking relationship. I don't care what you say.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So I'm like Bigfoot. So it comes out blurry. Nah, that's facts. That's facts. It's definitely facts. And we be having that shit backwards when we were young. When like teenagers, we be thinking like, wow, she's so out of my league. I'm like, man, I used to think of girls. One day I used to talk to Sue, right, about clothing, because I would wear all my good clothes to school instead of being like a traditional black kid and, you know, listen to your mom and only wearing certain clothes to school and saving the cool shit. I'd be like, fuck that. I told myself, I'm like, if I can wear all my good shit all the time, then the good shit will just be normal to me. That'll be like my new normal, like standard.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing to me, right? I'll take care of it and keep it clean and shit. But same with girls. I'm like, if I only go for girls I think I can get, then the girls that are pretty will always be out of my league. If I go for the pretty ones, then they're just normal.
Mm.
You know?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Did it
Yeah.
work
Yeah, it worked.
with the clothes? I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
You can do it, brother.
Yeah.
Boom.
Please explain to me what it is about men who don't have shit going for them. They get all the females, but the men.
Oh, don't worry, I got you. It's because you don't have the vibe. When women talk to you, when women look at you, they don't think, damn, I need to fuck him. Hey, I'm proud, man. You got your own place. You got a nice car. You got a good job. That's cool, man. Good for you. But when women talk to you, they're sitting there like this. My thing drier than a motherfucker. You gotta breach the emotions. You have to turn her on. That's your confidence. That's your vibe. It turns her on. When you talk to women, picture yourself as like James Bond. Smooth talker, seductive. You know what I'm saying? Calm, cool, collected. Some of y'all talk to girls like you talk to your homeboys. So if you're not putting a freak energy when you talking to your homeboys, you're definitely not putting a freak energy when you're talking to her. That's the whole
What?
difference between
Oh,
nice guys
whoa,
and assholes.
whoa.
The nice guys are
Whoa, big pause on that. What did he just say?
He's saying you're talking to girls like you talk to your friends. And there's
Like your
nothing
homeboys.
freaky about talking to your friends.
Right. So you're saying I should talk to my friends freaky to talk to girls freaky? What is he?
No.
Oh, okay. I get what he's trying to say, but the way he worded it was a little
Yeah.
suspicious.
afraid to apply pressure.
That's true. I got this saying because I got a million sayings. I say girls use emotions to manipulate our logic. We use logic to manipulate their emotions. Meaning, like, they'll unconsciously use their emotions to get us to do things that we know make no fucking sense to do. Like drive 2 hours down to see her when you know she flaked on you last time, or do this for her when she didn't do that for you, or like when you know she don't deserve it. Like logically, it doesn't make sense to do it, but they'll make us feel bad because use the puppy dog face or whatever, and we'll throw logic out the fucking window. With us, we'll sit there and think, how can I make her feel good so she want me? Like it may not even make sense for her to want to fuck me. I might be. You ever seen a girl like fucking Pete Davidson? He just bagged Ice Spice after he bagged Kim K. Like this nigga on a roll.
Oh my God.
He on a fucking roll. Ah shit.
You
But, like-
backed her?
Huh?
You backed her?
Yeah.
When?
Ice Spice?
Yeah.
Recently. This is like news. Well, not news, but
Okay.
you know, gossip, whatever shit.
That laughing shit, I guess you really can laugh a girl.
Right out her fucking drawers.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, what was I saying? Right. A nigga like Pete Davidson, you look at him logically, it doesn't make sense for a girl like Ice Spice to be with him. But he knows how to make her feel like she want to be with him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
But
What?
hold on, I got a question. I have a question. So if you can make a girl feel like she wants to be with you, that's the riz or whatever. If all you want is like sex out of it, don't you still end up being the asshole in the end?
What you mean?
How can you get out of it without being the asshole?
The asshole would define being the asshole.
Like if you played off her emotions, and she feels like, oh my God, he's so caring, he's so this, he's so that, and all you wanted was sex, and then once you got it, you kind of like faded to the back, and now she's like, oh, you're such an asshole because you made me feel like you wanted something for real, but all you wanted was sex. But it was all that riz, you was rizzing her up.
Right. So what's the question?
How do you fall back after you get what you want without being the asshole? The asshole who made me believe that
You can
he's
start an
got
argument with
something
her and make her leave you.
more. Okay.
That's one way. Even if she does though, because sometimes that shit might backfire. Like you might start an argument with her, and now that got her hooked because you got that whole push and pull thing going, and she like you, but then she likes to argue, and she.
okay.
It could be a
Now I
bad
feel
joint.
like a fight for our love type thing.
Yeah, you might have just have to like get a restraining order or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so well, I mean, I guess the chances of you being an asshole is just something that comes with it, with the territory.
Yeah, yeah, that's how. Yeah, that's
Okay.
facts.
And I guess guys don't want to. They want to be the nice guy.
Yeah.
So the whole nice guys finish last. Are these the guys who get taken advantage of, and who should be harder on women but choose not to be?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you knew that though. What you asking?
I just want to have a better definition. You're a man, so these are things that I think are definitive, but I never asked a man about them, so I want to make sure I'm on the right page.
Okay, calm down. Soft
She's
body.
all like, you
Soft
already
body.
knew that.
True, true, true.
Okay, go ahead. You can watch the next clip.
I've never taken an ex-girlfriend back in my fucking life. You want to know why? Because every good girl that has left my life has been wifed up by another man because they know a good woman when they see one. The only women that came back in my fucking life and who are still single are the toxic trash that other men don't want a fucking commitment with. That's why, motherfucker.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
I never really thought about that. Or maybe because I'm not a guy.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. He said, and I'm all thinking like, oh, okay, he never takes them back. Why? But then he went a totally different route than I thought he was. I thought he was gonna go the whole confident macho man route, but he went the good ones that left are wifed up immediately because a man knows a good thing when he sees it. Like, right. So the only things coming back are the toxic ones, the ones that can't find nobody. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
I love when they come back though. When they come back, right? It's like sweet revenge. Because at first, with me, it'll be like I see this girl, I'm trying to talk to her. I actually like her. I want to pursue something with her. And then she'll be playing me or put me on the fuck only category. This is back like younger. I'm like, okay. Then they'll come back like 3-4 years later, trying to talk again. And I'll let them think we can and just put them on the recreational useless. And it works out perfectly. It's like, you'll keep chasing this little carrot, thinking that you potentially could one day, maybe, but you won't.
Wow.
Surprise!
It's that gotcha.
Yeah, definitely is. Where's that?
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's karma though. Like, fuck you. Like, if a nigga trying to take you serious and you not trying to do it, you can't come back and expect him to just, oh yeah, I thought you never asked. Oh.
And I would also, I feel like as a guy, I would also feel kind of offended. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you left me, and you went out here and then did your dirt.
All this
and
shit.
you got the nerve to think that I would still want you back.
Crazy.
You got the nerve to think that I'm that much of a simp. I would feel like, oh, this girl think I'm a simp. She think I'm easy. She think I'm a bitch boy. I'd be offended.
And you'd be surprised how long they stay single
Yeah, especially if you've been out here. Like, if it's been,
afterwards.
if she been out here for like 5 to 10 years, y'all been apart that long, and then she just comes back randomly trying to start a relationship. No, nigga, the guy she really don't want her. She been trying for a good minute to get him back. She finally said,
And if you take her back,
man.
oh man, she gonna take. Here's what's happening. If you take her back, right? Let's say y'all start fucking around, she start posting you. The nigga that she really wants will see that shit, hit her back up, and she's out the door, gone. Don't do it, brother.
I'm like, no way.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
Let's keep it moving.
He has to want it too.
No, ma'am. It's on you to crawl across broken glass to get back to him.
He has to want it too. He didn't break up with you. You broke up with him and broke his heart. He has to want it too. No, it's up to you to crawl across broken glass to get back to him. And the first thing was like, woo! See, it's hard for women when they think they're better than you. when they think that they were gonna find greener grass on the other side. It's hard for women to put that ego and that pride, and that's why so many of our sisters stay stuck. Ridiculous ego and pride. When you average looking, average job, average person.
Over average weighing.
You had a normal average man, and he was able to put up with yourself.
Over average weigh-in. Oh, pause it.
This is a test to see.
The man, damn, what was he just saying?
Talking about the nerve of you feeling you're above these men and having to crawl across broken glass.
Oh, yeah. Knowing that you, I feel like a lot of women have had a good man way early on in their life. I feel like there isn't a good woman, not even a good woman. Let's say you just you're maybe a 6 or 7, and you're pretty young, like 19, 18, 17, young. I feel like all of us have met some kind of really good man that we fumbled. All of us have. And even in our early 20s, all of us have fumbled a good man. You cannot say there's no good men out here. We have fumbled a good man. Because just like how the guys say, when women are young, they're malleable and, they haven't been all scorned and they're easier to talk to and,
Same with guys.
Whatever. It's the same with guys.
And they're young, they're not dogs.
Yes, they're not dogs. They want to do you right. They want to have a girl. They want to be with you and support, and be supportive. Yada yada. It might not have the finance, the background, but they still got. If you find, the average guy wants to go to school and be able to support himself, so he got at least that. So I'm like,
they're still somewhat naive, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're not suspicious of what you're doing. Like, they just take it at face value. If she says this, I believe her. Versus if she says this, well, the last girl said that, so now I can't trust you. And they say being naive is a bad thing. When guys say they want a naive girl, it's not really bad. Because in a guy, that works.
Yeah, it works in his favor. And I'm like, to be so, like, there's no good men out here. I'm like, there's plenty of good men that we have left brokenhearted because we wanted to see what else was out here. Nah, I just want more. And now we're saying that there's no good men. And then we do find a good man, happen to stumble upon him, and we don't want to have accountability or apologize and stuff like that. Like, that's just so hard. It's like, you rather give up a good man than apologize. You rather find some reason why he's wrong, and if he's not willing to bend a knee in some kind of way to make you taking accountability easier, you walk away as well. I feel like there's so many girls who've done that. It's like, yeah, but I know I was wrong, but if he would have just what? You were wrong. You were wrong. You walked away. Yeah, but if he would have just... I've heard that plenty of times from so many girls. I'm like, yeah, I need to learn how to be all the way accountable.
Yeah. And, like, all the way accountable is in, like, taking 100% of the responsibility, even if you're only 1% at fault, which is hard. And sometimes it just kind of puts you in the upper hand if you can say, if you know the person's wrong and you say, I'm sorry, they might sit back and be like, you're right, I'm sorry too.
I think that another problem with taking accountability is not just saying, like, I did it, it was my fault, I'm wrong, but it's also dealing with the fact that you are wrong, like the effects of your actions. Taking accountability, like, I caused this, and also taking the accountability of having to sit in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think
that's the hard part.
Because girls don't really know what to do with that emotion. I'm starting to believe that, like, they don't know how to process that emotion. It's almost like wanting to throw up from alcohol, but you can't throw up. Guys, I guess we just, because we're so used to suppressing every other emotion. That's the same thing, or not just suppressing, but accepting.
Yeah, accepting. I think that's a better word.
Yeah, every other emotion. We're just like, all right, this is. That's why more niggas do jail time easier. Like it's easier for guys psychologically on in jail than it is for women. Women should make you go fucking crazy.
And I think women don't process accountability as just a thing. We process it a thing that you do. We process it as an emotion you have.
Mm-hmm.
So just like being embarrassed, being accountable. It's a feeling. So it's like you don't want me to just take accountability. You want me to feel accountable.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
I think a part of that also is because as a man, it's connected to masculinity, right? Like saying I did this and I'm sorry, and kind of dealing with the consequences. Yeah, it's like that's what kind of defines being a man. For women, it's the opposite. You're supposed to be perfect, infallible, no flaws. You don't even poop. Like nothing.
Yeah.
So when y'all make a mistake, it goes against what you associate with being a woman. You're like, well, I'm supposed to be a princess. I don't make mistakes. I don't trip in my heels or my glass slipper. I don't step on my dress.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's so hard for y'all to do it. But fuck that.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Just trying to use some background.
Yeah.
Haram!
So if you got a good understanding woman, give her grace when she tries to take accountability because it's hard.
And I would even go as far to say, do it. You have to do it like a man, but I wouldn't say do it like you're talking to a man. Do it like a man would say it, but don't do it like you're talking to a man.
Okay.
Okay, so a man talking to a man is one way, a man talking to a woman is one way. A woman talking to a man is one way, and a woman talking to a woman is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The source and the receiver. I would say the same way we said, I think it was yesterday, men respond to harsh truths like that make them feel bad because that kind of it brings them down to build them up. Women respond to like soft truth, like mixed in with compliments.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this. It's like liquor. Guys like they whiskey straight. Girls like some fruity shit, pineapple, mango, whatever. So you got mixing the pineapple mango with the vodka, bro. You can't just give her the vodka straight. She won't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta I don't want to say tear a man down for him to do better, but that's what's coming to me. So I'm saying that you gotta
I swore you was here this whole time.
yeah, you gotta kind of beat him up so he can do better. With a woman, you gotta pipe her up.
Mm-hmm.
Like tell her how wonderful she is.
But pipe her up with the limit though. Make her feel she can be the best. Make her hype up her potential and what she could be.
Ah, yes.
But don't tell her she already is that just because she is.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hype up her potential.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna wrap up in 3 minutes.
If she sees you as her friend or a lover. Let's say you're talking to a girl and you're not quite sure where you stand with her. Just ask her this simple question. What you're going to want to do is know who her best friend is and simply say this. Hey, would you mind it if I talk to Jessica? Look at her dead in her pupils. If she's like, no, I wouldn't mind. No, go talk to her. She likes you. If she's like, oh my God, yes, you guys would be perfect together. Go please talk to her.
That also might be.
Then my friend, she don't like you.
Remember, one of these days, a real player with some real swag.
I would say that's
pull up on
partially
your
true.
chick.
Hold on. I would say that's
He's gonna
partially
ask
true.
her. So that's your man.
The second part where he said if she says, oh my God, yes, go ahead, talk to her. Oh my God, that means she doesn't like you. That could be true, probably most of the time, but there definitely are times when girls are super enthusiastic because they know they actually like you and they're trying to overcompensate and not look like they like you.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Like that nervous shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess you gotta fill that
But
out.
that's you go to regret that.
Huh?
Girls who do that go to regret that big time.
Yeah.
Like that, no, me, I would never.
Or they'll make fun of you and tease you and call you ugly. So much so they think they're doing it to draw you in, but it ends up just fuck, this bitch is annoying. She keep teasing me every time. Like, I don't. Maybe she do like me, but I want to find out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it backfires. So yeah. All right. This has been the Hard Body Boy podcast. I'm sorry. It's been Hard Body Boy Reacts with Veronica. Saying, we out this joint. Sheesh.